Hello, I'm Eliza Sweet, Golden Eagle Outlook reporter, and today we got the opportunity to interview a couple of key members in Seneca's Operation Prom. Operation Prom is a joint program between Seneca, the Tabernacle Rescue Squad, and the Tabernacle Fire Company. The goal behind the program is to demonstrate the consequences of destructive decisions in order to prevent students from making such decisions. We spoke to George Jackson III from the Tabernacle Rescue Squad on the basics behind Operation Prom and destructive decisions.
We feel that this program is very effective to demonstrate to the teens about the dangers of drinking and driving. Most of them have never experienced a car crash or what would happen at the scene of a crash. So we kind of demonstrate that just so that they can see the noises, the things and tools that are used, and how the patients are packaged and treated and moved. In the last couple of years, we've included the state police to demonstrate the arrest procedure, and I think that drives it home, and we work closely with the medical examiner's office to drive the point home that, you know, it's a dangerous thing that can happen and that people may die, and that's why we feel it's important to include everybody that's involved. We do this during the prom season because it's a time to highlight it. In the past, there's been incidents, highly publicized incidents. There was just one that occurred down in the Bridge and Violent area. After a prom, a group of girls were coming back and had a serious accident, and there were 2 fatalities. So, you know, after the night of a prom, it's a long day. You go to school in the morning, you go out, you have, you know, your prom, and then, you know, you're out late at night. Sometimes people make bad decisions and bad things happen. And what a great time as a senior to, you know, the culmination of your school career to, we want you to be careful and make it a good night and not end it in a very tragic or bad way. So we focus at this time of the year based on, you know, the prom season and things that have occurred in the past during prom. In my 20 years in, you know, either in the rescue service and in the police service, it does affect you. You know, we've had some very bad ones, some fatalities here that really it gets to you, and it makes you worry. It makes me worry about my loved ones. It takes an effect on all of us. Some of us handle it better than others. And I can't stand here anymore. I would have told you 10 years ago it doesn't affect me, but it absolutely does. It affects everybody. It affects the people involved. It affects the first responders and rescuers, and a lot of times people don't think about that. But an accident involving a couple people, say if it's just 2, the ramifications and the ripple effect as it goes through the community. You know, most of these things happen close to home. Most of them happen in the town that you're from or very close to the town you're from. So a lot of times we know the people that we deal with, you know, being part of the town. So it has a great effect, and, you know, it has affected me over my time. Absolutely.
We also spoke with Shay McGowan, Secretary of Tabernacle Fire Company's Explorer Post, on his and the fire company's role in Operation Prom.
My role today was I was backing up the nozzleman, so if there was a fire or something and we had to extinguish it, I would help him get up in there and take care of the problem. So our main role today was to provide fire service, so obviously make sure if there's a fire, we put it out, everyone's safe in that respect. But we also backed up people cutting, so we did get involved with some of the extrication side of things, so get a little taste of everything today. As a teen, you know, it's pretty important to me. Of course, as a firefighter, it's a great learning experience. We get to see all the stuff that happens on a motor vehicle accident. But just as a student, like everyone else, it really does send that message that you want to make sure everyone gets home, and you know, you want to make sure that all your friends are safe at what they're doing. So, yeah, it's eye-opening. You always think about it when you're driving, kind of defensive, you know. You want to look around, make sure what's going on, but sometimes, you know, stuff happens. People come out of nowhere, and you really got to be careful. So everyone's got to do their part, make sure you're staying safe. If you're staying safe, that makes a lot of other people safe. So.
Russell Bauer III, EMT at the Tabernacle Rescue Squad, also played a key role in the simulation.
So today what I was doing is, for the mock car crash that we had for prom, I was helping get the actors dressed up using the moulage kit that we have. It is the most realistic way to simulate wounds. And once they were out in position in the car, we selected who the drunk driver was, who would be the dead person. Then we gave everyone else various injuries. Once they were in the car, I was helping the rest of the company extricate the patients from the cars, help them get on the boards, collars, and simulate what we would actually do if there was a car crash. So how it affects the senior class is, for a lot of them, this could be their first real car crash. You know, it's definitely a lot more than some stuff that happens in parking lots where someone just kind of comes in and sideswipes you or just hits your bumper and all that. This is represented to simulate an actual mass casualty incident and involving simulated drunk driving. No one was actually under the influence of this. We just have an actor portraying someone who was under the influence. So for a lot of them, this is their first exposure to that. Other things, so it can be very graphic at times with the types of injury and how we actually have the medical examiner of Billington County kind of come in and put a simulated dead person into a body bag and take them away to go to the morgue. And then we see what goes on with the state police and how they actually handle someone who was drunk driving and what they go through and what happens to the drunk driver. And then you just see the rest of the people who are in the car who obviously are the friends of those who caused the accident or those who are in the accident, and it can just be overwhelming at times for students.
Although Operation Prom's message to enjoy your prom, but make good decisions, is simple, many of the members involved in the operation have further advice for Seneca seniors at prom and in the future.
Don't get in the car, don't drive. Call a friend, stay where you're at. Call your parents, tell them where you are. You know, in my experiences as a rescue squad member, over 20 years, and as a police officer for 18, I find that parents, as mad as they may get over you drinking, it's far worse to get into an accident and all the ramifications and issues that that's going to bring out if you were to drink and then drive. So yeah, you're going to face a little bit of punishment for drinking, and especially, you know, most parents don't agree with that or don't want to see that. But I think most parents, me as a parent, would rather get the phone call and have to go pick you up somewhere, and I know that you're safe, or know that you're somewhere and that you're safe, than you get behind a wheel and, you know, a tragedy occur.
If you ever feel like you're in a position where you need like a ride home, or even if you're just too tired, do not get in the car. Call a friend, tell an adult, something. It's better to just avoid the situation completely and go home safe.
If I could say one thing as a member, not representing the entire organization of the Tabernacle Rescue Squad, but my personal opinion as a member is just be smart, use common sense. If something doesn't seem right, chances are it probably isn't, so you should definitely stay away from it. It's one night, and you can make decisions here that could impact the rest of your life, and not even your life, it could impact other people's lives. So just really think up and be smart with what you're doing.
For Golden Eagle Outlook, I'm Eliza Sweet. Now back to the desk.